Alright, so now I got this giant axe. Yeah, so every fight is broken up into different verses. And there are some that you can miss, which, if you miss some, it brings down your score. That's gonna suck. Oh, I can finally attack it. Alright then. Which is brew. I've discovered the existence of something called alchemy. It is the deconstruction, combination, and reconstruction of everything. Metal, flesh, even spirit. If one understands the logic of the age, alchemy is a prime example of the era in which it was developed. Although lesser known is the fact that alchemy is an offshoot of the witch's secret art of concoction. Concoction was only practiced by the Umbra witch clan, and the materials, amounts, and methods used were never shared outside of the clan's inner circle. However, in the chaos of the witch hunt, some details were said to have slipped out, including knowledge of the primary mixing compounds, baked gecko, unicorn horn, and mandragora root. Also hidden was their role in controlling defense, offense, and vitality. It has been discovered that correctly combining these items may result in the creation of various useful compounds. These materials are obviously no longer in existence, and even if they still existed outside of being a member of the Witch Clan, one would have to take out a contract with a dweller of the Netherworld to obtain these rare items. In case of emergency, the witches placed these materials within Purgatorio, a realm caught in between the Trinity of Realities, in which the items were said to still remain. When creating a concoction, the correct procedure, amounts, and combinations are absolutely essential, and the art is not for the inexperienced. So yeah, it's just basically these. So I'm just gonna do one real quick. Ah, crap. Wrong one. Okay, so I mixed three mandragora roots to make a green herb lollipop. Well, not really three, but 3 sections.
Angelic Kim's Gold LP. Got your hands on something awfully rare, haven't you? That thing is the perfect bait to coax out some of hell's ugliest. One note hits their ears, and a damn who's who of Inferno comes pouring out of the inner circles. Then I can use them to breathe life into what I make best. Weapons of mass destruction. Tell you what, you give me that record, and I'll order up something so fiendish, angels will cry at the sight of it. I'll just have to pop down to the tropics for a bit. So take a load off.
Yeah, so every time you give him an LP, he'll go down to Inferno, or hell, beat up a demon, bring it back, and make a new weapon. Because he's that powerful. Actually, Rodon is actually a secret boss that you can only buy a platinum ticket, which costs like 999,999 halos. Onyx roses. Because I never used these shotguns, so definitely need techniques. Stiletto. This is what I think it is. Okay, so this is basically like Stinger from Devil May Cry, which is basically just a way of closing the distance between you and the enemy. So yeah, I definitely need that. So, let's see real quick. Weapons. Okay, so now I got the shotguns on my feet. Yeah, you just want to fuck off. I gotta say, Bayonetta's run looks really kind of weird. Don't ask me why that thing sounds like an elephant. It's a mystery to everyone. Okay, so I missed 2 verses. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't gonna get a platinum platinum award anyway, but oh well. I guess I'll just do these. I guess I'll just do this one time just to show how it works. Yeah, the ideal thing is to get headshots. Huh. Well, it's not like it actually gives me anything good. I mean, it's just nothing that I can't just make my own, or just something that's only gonna help me in the next chapter. So I'll just do. Actually, you know what? I'll just exchange them out.
I'm gonna check the gates of hell a little bit just to see if there's anything else there. Yes, that's the stinger, or the stiletto as it's called in this game.
Take care of my babies, will you? Some people may have a thing for the 45s, but to me, these are the real works of art.
Which was this one? Press and hold X while holding. Still too expensive for those. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do something real quick. Let's see if I can change something. Okay, can't change it. Okay, so now I'm going to change costumes. Since I don't have 4 right off the bat, I am going to do the Princess Peach one. Okay, and let's go. Yeah, as you can tell, her wicked weaves now turn into Bowser. This all seems very impractical.
Fancy bumping into you here. Out to find some answers about your past, are we?
You've quite the familiar face, and using the same powers. But you'll have to forgive me. Do we know each other?
Same powers? Don't make me laugh. Your little dip in that lake has left you a bit rusty.
I've been high and dry for 20 years now. The only rust on me is from the lack of any real challenge. Perhaps you're up for the task.
You've already disappointed me. This is a moment I've long desired. But you've forgotten your destiny and wasted the past 20 years.
You're right. I do seem to be having trouble remembering things of late. Would you be so kind as to take it from the top?
2 overseers, the eyes of the world. They are the power behind everything.
John, as heir to the clan, the time has come for you to prove your right to fight under the Umbran name. You may select opponents of your choice.
Then allow me to face the outcast.
None! Healing Kiadagat! The child is of impure blood. Challenging her would be a violation of our tenets of faith.
It would not be the first time we've faced each other.
Kiard?
Will you face me in this hallowed arena?
Well, if I must. But I pray you've got a little something for me in return. You know, I'm very fond of stuffed animals.
You got a stuffed Mario on your hip, so that's something. Third sphere, angels, deer, and decorations. Yeah, and all the currency changed from rings to coins. You can only walk on walls when the full moon is out, which is, you know, timed appropriately. An unknown metal wall. Within old Vigrid, many ancient stone structures have been preserved, being developed further as they are repaired, lending the town a peculiar sense of the historic. Modern architecture has also taken hold in Vigrid, starting with the central stations. However, it is all to give form to the sacred institutions of the ancient sages. The architecture gives us a glimpse into the people's deep sense of respect for their past. This town of old and new still keeps within the bounds several strange things that the modern man struggles to make heads or tails of. For instance, dark green barriers made of an as yet unknown metal seems to block certain alleyways. Their shape compromise many complex bricks, impedes one from proceeding down the ancient paths of the city as they were a rejected visitor, even though it seems these paths saw everyday use in the distant past. I may claim this material is as yet unknown, but in reality I haven't a clue regarding its composition. It is harder and heavier than anything a human being is capable of moving, or so I have surmised from examining its chilly surface. Pushing one's ear against the wall, the sounds of the other side reverberate and echo within, resounding throughout the inner workings of the wall, as if a glockenspiel was playing scales. I've never seen a metal like this, but many of the walls within the city are made from this material, and from the cliffs one can see an enormous monument constructed from the same mysterious matter. I wonder why these lost witches and sages scattered these walls around the city. Okay. Even a strong examination of this wall shows there isn't another way through. Perhaps if I were to unleash some temporal witch power on it, my situation would suddenly improve. Okay, bullet. Bullets used to play Angel Attack. One pack containing 3 bullets for each during game. Yeah, well. Notes on the topic of magic. 1. The word witch usually conjures up images in our head of an old woman using strange magic, but peruse the history of Vigrid, and you find a vastly different picture of incredibly brave women who once inhabited the area. They were known as the Umbra Witches. While these witches are said to have manipulated magic, there remains very little recorded history to back these claims. Yet they shared many powers with their opposing counterparts, the Lumen Sages, and from their records we can gather a better view of what magic entailed. As overseers of history, they possess the ability to literally see everything in an instant, also known as temporal control. This technique sharpened all of the 5 senses and pushed one's emotional energy to its very limits. It is a world where a falling drop of water can become a crown, and a hummingbird slowly and elegant flaps its wings. Temporal control is not just simply being able to recognize this world. It also enables one to boost their physical abilities and move freely within that single movement. Temporal control requires a sound body and mind and complete grasp of spirit energy. While quite similar, the witches and sages each practice this art differently, leading to different names for their respective techniques, witch time and light speed. Witch time, it seems that the witches on this earth fell victim to our world's passage of time and vanished into the abyss of eternity. Hey. Broken Witch Heart. So I need to gather 4 of those to create a new bit of health. Is he an assassin? No.
Do you believe in fate? Fate brought us here together, and it will never tear us apart.
Hello, Yuri Lowenthal. Then use it.
Sayonara. Fleur de ciré, eau de parfum. Such a wonderful floral bouquet. With its subtle hints of rosemary. You know, in the language of flowers, rosemary equates to remembrance. Which doesn't quite equate to you, now does it? Bayonetta. Shit! Will you stop that?
That little Bayonetta was a nice touch. Seeing you here, I suppose it wasn't the only one. You certainly blew haven't you, my little Cheshire puss?
I'm not your pet. The name is Luca. A name you better remember.
Yeah, so apparently you were able to see into the other side of the world through mirrors.
I know what I saw
This is
that
some, I don't know, superstition bullshit. I don't know. For reasons not thoroughly explained in this game. Father!
I know all about your kind.
I think that was the
Sure,
only
my
line
father's
that kid
laughing at
had.
you chasing fairy tales, amongst other things. But I know they're real. I know the truth. The smell. It's the same smell that clung to the air the day my father was murdered. Which means I'm right on your doorstep, Bayonetta.
I'll let you in on a little secret, Cheshire.
The name is Luca.
You need to hone your sense of smell, my dear. There's no rosemary in the perfume. After all, rosemary is a demon repellent.